Here are 11 faceless YouTube automation niches that you can copy right now to print an insane amount of money. This is going to be a completely free niche list of 11 faceless, completely AI run YouTube channels that you can replicate today for little to no capital. Now guys, I've kind of made sure that in this specific niche list, they are all replicatable by AI, and the majority of these guys printing 10, 20, even 30K a month are all using AI. Now real quick guys, if you want to go ahead and join my public Discord server, that's discord.gg/1%. It's honestly just a really cool community where we all kind of network. And guys, you might be wondering why my background's a bit messed up, why my mic isn't as good. I literally just came home for the first time in years because something very important got delivered. As you guys might be able to see, it's my very first diamond play button from YouTube. This thing is very heavy. That's kind of the reason for all of this. So getting straight into it, we come up with one of the craziest channels I've seen in the last few years. This channel is called Vembo. Now, what they post is essentially ultra long form, 4-hour-long Minecraft Reddit stories. Now, as you guys can see, you might be saying, well, why is this so kind of revolutionary? What makes this niche so insane? First of all, the background content they use is 100%. If we look up, we can literally just look up free Minecraft survival gameplay, and you will see a ton of copyright-free gameplay you can kind of use in the background of these videos. That's essentially what he's done. He uses AI and deep research to write the entire 3 to 4 hour long Reddit script, provides it to 11 Labs to kind of do the voiceover, and essentially combines them all with auto subtitles. This is probably the craziest niche you can kind of get into right now. He only started about 3 months ago. His RPM on this type of content's probably about $20 if I had to say, give or take. And of course, if we go ahead and check his views, in the last 3 months, he's got 1.5 million views. Now you might be saying that's not too much, but if we go ahead and times that by 20, this one channel in the last 3 months has made $30,000 in pure profit. Now this is kind of where I lie when it comes to ultra long form, guys. It is absolutely insane. And if you can find the right micro niche to tap into, you are genuinely sitting on a gold mine. And of course, he's consistently pulling in 400,000 long form views every month, and every day is about 15K views, 15 times 20. This is essentially a $300 a day completely passive cash cow. Now coming up next, we have another very unique channel. This one is called Mr. State. Now, I honestly think this has a lot of scalability, even just past YouTube automation as a whole, and kind of building it into a long-term brand. These guys are also fairly new. They only started about 4 months ago. Once again, entirely AI videos. They use AI for the backgrounds, AI for the voice, AI for the script writing. And of course, all they post is like 16 towns where strategic Americans are retiring, 16 secret Florida spots locals love, but you'll hope you never find. This type of content is obviously targeted and aimed towards an older demographic, hence why the RPM is so high. Now in a niche like this, as I said, he only started about 4 months ago, but in that time, he's kind of got it to the consistent point of doing 500,000 views a month. And if I had to guess the RPM in a very elderly niche like this, I'd say it's probably about $7. So if we go ahead and do 7 times 500, this one channel is doing $3,500 a month. And once again, keep in mind, they only started 4 months ago. It essentially entirely automated with AI. You could genuinely post daily in a niche like this for less than $15 in less than an hour of work a day. Now, this is a very unique channel, Sensitive Psychology. Now, this is a bit different to what I spoke about because I have a different idea for this. Now, these guys essentially post like dedicated to emotional depth, inner complexity, like why the universe won't help you. Once again, entirely AI videos, AI voice, AI script. But the difference is these guys aren't actually making that much at the moment. Yes, they only started about 2 months ago and they've probably made about $5,000, which of course is quite a lot of money. But what I was thinking is doing a niche like this, and of course it's entirely AI, but essentially posting 2 to 3 hour videos rather than their 20-minute videos. And the positive with this is that we can convert and kind of invent our own ultra long form niche that's never been done, but we have that proof of concept and we know that this kind of style as a whole already works. And of course, by doing that, you would up the RPM from about $4 to $5 that it is right now to upwards of 20. If we're pulling in similar views to what they're doing, this one channel could have already made $20,000 to even $30,000. And of course, very, very easy to make. You know, these videos are insanely simplistic.
Individuals who resonate at a higher frequency.
Absolutely insane. These videos are 100% AI and the voice isn't even good. You could use 11 Labs and replicate this style, but make it even better. Now guys, really quickly, if you want to go ahead and book a call directly with me to see if we can work together and scale your channel personally with myself and my team to $10,000 profit a month, go ahead and book a call with me directly on start.innovault.co. It's completely free and we'll see if you're a good match. Getting back to the channels, we have the next one up and this is insane. insane. Baby Jamie. Now, this is somewhat similar to that other original channel I showed you, the Vembo one, doing that Minecraft Reddit ultra long form stories. But this guy has managed to build an insanely long-term brand out of it. He's only been going for about, okay, well, it says 12 years, but I can guarantee you that he's only been doing this style of content very recently. Yeah, as you can see, he posted 11 years ago and then only restarted about 5 months ago doing this Reddit style of content. And guys, it is blowing up. He's getting essentially 100 to 500k views a video. And I honestly think this is where that Vembo guy had the idea to invent an ultra long form niche and kind of build it into this. And of course, you can do this entirely with AI. He's pulling in 1.1 million long form views a month, and his RPM is probably about $10. So he's pulling in $10,000 a month. The craziest part is this guy is once again only uploading about 1 or even 2 times a month. So yet again, another massive opportunity to tap into an entirely unsaturated ultra long form Minecraft Reddit stories niche that can once again be insanely and automatically expedited through the use of AI. Now, this is also a very unique channel, and when I show this one, I wouldn't really necessarily call this a YouTube automation channel. This is essentially faceless. Now, this is of course the exact channel I would recommend to do if you have a tiny bit of a budget and you want to build up that $1 million a year business that's going to stay around for the next 4 to 5 years. Now, what these guys post is essentially 12 cheap items that'll be worth more than gold when society falls, kind of finance-based content that's also, catered towards Gen V. But the reason why I say this isn't necessarily YouTube automation is because these videos are somewhat difficult to make. Now, don't get me wrong, these videos can be 100% done through the use of AI, from the AI script to the AI voice to the actual entire video itself. The only part that does require human intervention is of course the videos and the visuals of it. Now, you can see here they're essentially drawings. Yes, you can do this with AI. It just takes quite a long time, to be honest. You have to manually render each frame. But once again, if you have an hour a day to kind of invest into a niche like this, it is a no-brainer. And the reason I say this is because they only started about 1 month ago. They've barely posted, only done about 16 videos. And in that time, they are absolutely exploding right now. Of course, 1.6 mil long form views in about a month, which is something you want to look for when doing a brand new niches, is this kind of genre I'm getting into doing well at the moment. And of course, replicate their outliers. We know what performed well. We already have that proof of concept. So we can essentially come straight in, replicate and somewhat tweak their outliers, an outlier being a video that performed a lot better than their previous uploads or comparatively to their other videos. Now, this one was essentially the outlier here, how to not freeze to death when everything goes wrong. And all I did was I sent this to ChatGPT, simply a screenshot of their outliers, aka the most popular videos, and I said, these vids did well on my competitor's channel, aka outliers. Replicate the style, make me 20 more. And here we go. It's gone ahead and given us a ton of ideas. What happens when gasoline runs out forever? How to keep warm when there's no sunlight? Kind of survival tactics, and it's sort of building off of what already worked on this channel. So when starting a faceless channel and you have competition, make sure every video you're replicating one of their outliers in one way or another. That way you aren't the one taking the risk to see if a new style of content works for you. Now, this is very similar to the channel I just showed you. However, I arguably think this has a ton more virality and potential than the other one. Now, this channel is called Actually Interesting. They post insane content. They only started about 3 months ago, and they make videos like why it sucked being a Viking woman. And of course, the videos themselves are actually AI, which is crazy. They're using an AI animation software, which you can find on Google. You can simply use ChatGPT and then take the images, move them into Runway AI and kind of make them move. And they're posting videos like why it sucked being a fortune teller, bizarre reasons eggplant was cut off in history. And once again, these guys have only been going for about 3 months already, and they've already made, or probably close to about $5,000. But the craziest part is these guys have no idea what they're doing. I mean, look at the way they're titling. They're not using capital letters for CTR. They're not even spelling correctly. They're using the word gay in the thumbnail and in the title, which is obviously not what we want to do. But once again, doing what they succeeded in, we can 1000% replicate the success. You can see the difference in their worst video from the best video, right? Their best video was why it sucked being a medieval nun. Not even a medieval nun, just why it sucked being medieval nun. Obviously, they can't speak properly. They have no idea what they're doing, but this one video was amazing. And the reason for that is obviously this style of content. I don't want to say the word, but you can kind of see in the title. So we already know what works. Replicating that kind of lewd style in a niche exactly like this, using AI for the script and AI for the voice, you're essentially sitting on a $10,000 to even $20,000 a month cash cow. Now, we have Medieval Monday. This is also an insane channel that's very very recent. Now, what they post is videos like the most terrifying weapons knights actually used. No, really. They're essentially using free to use background content. They're using AI for the script and of course AI for the voice. Now, these guys are also exceptionally new. Only about 1 month ago. In that time, they've got over 500,000 views. Of course, RPM in this niche wouldn't be as high, but once again, this is a prime example of one of those niches where I would definitely recommend trying out ultra long form and seeing if you can be the first person in a proven niche that already has virality. Because guys, we have to keep in mind, even though they've only made about $2,000 from this channel, if we did do ultra long form and we managed to get the same views as them, which realistically wouldn't be too hard, we're essentially changing that from $3,000 to upwards of $10,000 a month. Now, this channel is insanely high quality, but has a ton of longevity. This channel is called The Echo. We deliver geopolitical events through an Indian perspective. Now, why Taliban love India but hates Pakistan? Why Indian Air Force stronger than China? This is kind of an Indian-based channel, and usually I wouldn't include something like this in one of my videos, solely because, you know, I obviously have a US audience, a US demographic, and that's obviously where the RPM is the highest, but I figured I'd include this for those of you that do want to look into kind of a sub-niche channel that of course would have an RPM of about $3. You could potentially try using ultra long form in a niche like this, but I wouldn't give it too much credit. However, these videos are insanely easy to make in the sense of the longevity and the scale they have. Now, coming up next, we have a niche you could 1000% automate and expedite with AI. This channel is called Blundera. They post videos like 33 dumbest things pirates actually did, 33 weirdest last words of famous people. If we go ahead and check their view stats, these guys are very new. They started 6 months ago, so about half a year ago, and as of right now, they're doing over 1 million long form views a month. And of course, their RPM is probably about $5 to $6. So of course, they're making about $5,000 to $6,000 every single month, and they're not even experimenting with ultra long form. Now, you might be saying, well, why are you showing this channel in specific? The reason for this is because it is entirely made with AI. You can even see these background videos and kind of how bad these videos are. Let me go ahead and play it for you.
Forget long hours and annoying bosses.
Once again, entirely AI script, entirely AI voice. You can tell the voice is AI. It's actually a very bad one that they chose. But of course, all the background content is also AI. This is one of those example channels where you could easily replicate it, even if, you know, you had no idea about how YouTube worked. It's exceptionally low barrier to entry, and it's really good to build up that $5,000 to even $10,000 a month passive income flow to really invest into other projects. And coming up second to last, I have left the best for last. We have Fictionologist. This channel is doing insanely well, and the funniest part is they kind of stopped at their peak. Now, they only started about half a year ago, and in that time, they got about 2.1 million views. They post videos like fiction's most creative creatures explained in 15 minutes, once again, entirely AI script, AI voice, and the videos can be edited very easily for literally less than $10 a video if you were to go on Upwork or Creative Paradise. And of course, do the same thing I said prior, copy and replicate their outliers. One of their outliers was fiction's most deadliest zombies explained in 12 minutes. And of course, they just kind of use AI deeper research to go through different TV shows and movies, and they just use free to use content by obviously transforming it. And of course, these guys made an insane amount of money off of just 22 videos. They got 2.1 million views. In a niche like this, RPM was probably about $5. So this one channel made $10,000 in revenue. And last, but definitely not least, we have an insane one, Know a Bit More. Now, this channel, I believe this guy is kind of doing it without the use of AI. And I think that makes a massive gap in the market for where we can come in and kind of replicate the processes he's using, but kind of transform it into an AI-based channel. Now, they're posting videos like normal behaviors that secretly make people dislike you, things you do that quietly make everyone respect you, sort of, you know, black pill type content videos, and they're absolutely printing. They started about a year ago, but they weren't going consistently until about 5 months ago. If we go ahead and check their view stats, they are pulling in crazy views at the moment, only about 100,000 long form, but once again, the same strategy kind of stands here, where I would recommend converting this into an ultra long form channel and kind of experimenting with it. Now, keep in mind, they haven't uploaded in about 3 months, so all of those views are completely evergreen, and that's why I always say evergreen views are so much more valuable. But yes, guys, if you want to work directly with me, go ahead and book a completely free call on start.intervault.co, and I'd love to chat with some of you guys. And once again, if you want to go ahead and join my public Discord server, that's discord.gg/1%. I'd love to see some of you guys there. It's obviously just a really cool place to network and kind of ask me some questions. But yes, guys, I hope you all learned something new. Have a great day.